am issuing an urgent alert. I believe we are watching one of the biggest stock market bubbles in history begin to inflate at a rapid rate. With that said, when I see a bubble forming, I rush out and buy, says George Soros. The market has been going absolutely crazy. And it all comes down to Oracle. And this is a very interesting quote. It said, "We expect Oracle Cloud infrastructure revenue of $10 billion to grow 77% to $18 billion this year, then to $32 billion, then to $73 billion, and then doubling again to $114 billion, and then going up to $144 billion." Now, these are some wild, crazy claims that sent Oracle, not a microcap, not a mid-cap, but a big, huge stock up 34%. And this is a very interesting graph from Zero Hedge that really puts it in perspective. You can see the revenue just going exponential. And this has stocks everywhere related to AI going completely bonkers. Look at Oracle right here, adding, I don't know, hundreds of millions of dollars to its market cap, something like that, because it's up 46% in the last 5 days. And Oracle is not alone. Look at NVIDIA. NVIDIA is up 64% in the last 6 months. Apparently, we're going to need lots and lots and lots of AI. And Micron, building all that memory for AI, well, that's up 60% in the last 6 months. And Broadcom, it's going to build some new chips for AI. Well, it's up 98% in the last 6 months. And I'm not talking about tiny companies here. Broadcom has a market cap of $1.7 trillion. Now, this is on a revenue of, where's their revenue? Here we go. Let's look at the annual revenue here. Well, in 2020, they had $23 billion in revenue. And then by now, they've got $50 billion in revenue. So they're now approaching $2 trillion in market cap. That's 10 years of revenue, 20 years of revenue, 30. I need 40 years of revenue just to equal the cost of this company. And their net income was $6 billion. Oh, here we go. I'll have AI do it for me. 1.7 trillion divided by 6 billion. So we're just going into their profit. And that is 283. So 283 years of profit to equal the market cap of Broadcom from its net profit. This is a very interesting value proposition we have here, and this is why I'm issuing an urgent alert. Because Warren Buffett said, "Be fearful when others are greedy." And I tend to agree. Right now, if I look at the Shiller PE ratio for the entire stock market, it has only been this expensive one time in history. One time, and that was during the dot-com mania. And Sam Altman happened to say something very interesting the other day. According to the Economic Times, he said that, well, he admits AI could be in a bubble. And here's a direct quote: "Someone will lose a phenomenal amount of money. But," of course, he says but because he needs to talk his book and he needs more money for more AI, more scale, more data centers. And don't you know, trees all grow to the sky. Now, I don't want you to take any of this the wrong way, because there is a phenomenal amount of money to be made and a phenomenal amount of money to be lost in a bubble. And of course, a bubble can go on longer than you can remain solvent. I'm not saying it will pop today. I'm not saying it will pop tomorrow. Frankly, it could go on for a year. It could go on for 5 years. It could go on for 10 years. But things do not always grow to the sky. So it's important to stay vigilant, especially when things get a little wonky. And I'll be the first one to tell you that I've been long amazing businesses like NVIDIA, unfortunately not Oracle, Micron, and Broadcom for some of these companies many, many years. In fact, I first was in NVIDIA, gosh, it's over 8 years ago now. I've been in Micron since 2019, and, well, these are phenomenal businesses, but I believe in buying phenomenal businesses, great businesses, at great prices. And sometimes I'm starting to wonder if some of these businesses are still at great prices. When I look at things like it's going to take 283 years worth of earnings to pay me out what the market cap is of Broadcom. This is very interesting. So I'm starting to get a little fearful while other people are greedy. That doesn't mean I'm rushing out to sell anything. I'm just being more and more vigilant, because when mega caps start to move hundreds of billions of dollars in a day, well, things can get a little spicy. But I do believe in buying great businesses at great prices and holding them for the long term. But things are getting a little crazy. So follow me. Keep up on the information, because I'm going to be watching what the market is telling me. So hit that like button, subscribe to this video, and don't be one of those who ends up losing a phenomenal amount of money.